So Triple H has completely changed the way that we talk about pro wrestling and the way that we think about it. Now, I want to start this video off by saying I was actually going to do like some type of Raw review to kind of put out to you guys and talk about a little bit of what happened. But I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, I could sit and I could have that boring ass conversation, or I could talk about the real thing that we all want to talk about. And that's the way that Triple H has changed the way we all view pro wrestling. So in this video, if you guys would like, we're going to dive right into it. My name's Billy TKO. If you haven't yet, definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. We're on the move. On top of that, definitely be sure to like this video, because when you guys like, we go to a different stratosphere. I have a Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Discord, all linked down below. I have a little ad that'll be rolled out in this video for you guys to check out as well. So without further ado, let's just hop into today's video. All right, so yeah, as you guys know, Triple H is one of the people that has completely changed the way that we view, the way that we think, the way that we talk about pro wrestling. And I want to say it's for the better, because one of the big talking points here is that as a pro wrestling fan, we were conditioned by the WWE. Whether that had been from your early age, if you watched the Attitude Era, whether that had been from the 80s, if you watched Hulk Hogan, whether that had been if you were like me, you know, and you watched in the Ruthless Aggression Era. It doesn't matter. No matter what, you were conditioned by the WWE to think a certain way about pro wrestling. Now, the person who always had a lock on the way that you were conditioned was Vince McMahon. He was the one that told you what was right, what was wrong, how to view pro wrestling, and how to look at it. Now, you can make the argument that WCW came in and they changed the way that you viewed pro wrestling as well. They were the new competitor, which ultimately competition breeds success. So WWE ended up succeeding, and they ended up beating WCW in the Monday Night Wars. WCW just wasn't able to hang on as they got lackluster. Or whether it had been AEW Dynamite, who have come in and they've became a hot competitor to WWE. Now, here's the thing. No matter what you think about the WWE, they are the conditioner. They are the person, or they are the people, excuse me, that choose how you are going to view your pro wrestling. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying like, oh, they have control over you and this is how you watch pro wrestling. No, but they're going to condition you into thinking how you do. So WWE has done a very, very good job at that. And the person that you have to give the most credit to is Triple H. Because for the last 20 years, WWE has conditioned us in a pretty horrible way, actually. Everything seemed very predictable. Everything seemed right in front of your face. Everything was like, oh, yeah, I guess this is going to happen. And don't get me wrong, every so often Vince McMahon would come in, he'd swerve you, and he'd smack you in the face a little bit and tell you, nope, that's wrong. But it wasn't often. And it wasn't often that Vince thought about the fans. A lot of the times Vince thought about himself. He thought about, I don't really have to give them what they want, because no matter what, I've built a reputation here. They're going to watch either way.
Come on here, make a quick video, guys. I just put out some merchandise, which I'll put up on the screen right here. Yes, I put out some merchandise. Go to billytko.com. Use code Stratosphere at checkout. You guys can cop some of my merch. Super excited for this launch, man. It's something that I've wanted to do for quite some time and haven't gotten around to, and finally got around to it. Got the website up. Everything's rolling. If you guys want to cop some merch and support me, this is a very, very simple way to do so. I don't make much money on it, so if you're thinking, oh, he's doing it for money, I'm really not. I don't make much. I just want to see you guys rocking some of the merch, man. Peace.
And we did. We watched either way. We watched whether we were getting smacked in the face by Vince McMahon or if we were bitching at Vince McMahon. It didn't matter. We watched no matter what. Whether he was giving us good, whether he was giving us bad, we watched. Triple H, though, has really taken on a role for himself and has really done something along the lines of just absolutely being able to bring back a shock factor. Again, when we were conditioned before, a shock factor was just by a return or somebody, was making their debut in WWE. A shock factor didn't come from the actual storyline itself. Nowadays, the shock factor comes from the storylines. Let's use an example here. Let's use John Cena's heel turn, right? I know it's the hot topic today. John Cena's heel turn changed the way that we get shocked by pro wrestling again. It's now fun. It's now enjoyable. It's the story that gets us excited. You can use last night's Raw. CM Punk coming out there angry as hell, going off the hinges, and just letting us hear what his frustration was, letting us hear where his anger was coming from. We got to know all of that. And by God, it's amazing. So Triple H is the man that we have to thank for this, right? Triple H is the guy who is giving us everything that we want as pro wrestling fans. Now, here's the thing, is people will still bitch. They're still going to complain. They're still going to be mad. They're still going to fucking throw a tantrum, do whatever the fuck they need to do. But regardless of the fact, Triple H is giving something for everybody. And I'm noticing that within my comment section because you guys are coming along and you're saying, oh, I like this, I didn't like that. Regardless of the fact, Triple H is giving you something that you enjoy. Now, we can make an argument towards AEW Dynamite and say, like, oh, they haven't done that in quite some time. Regardless of the fact, that doesn't even really matter. I think now what it is WWE, TKO, Vince McMahon stepping down was one of the greatest things that could have happened because it allowed a fresh mind. Somebody who understands and loves the business just as much as Vince, quote unquote, loved the business. WWE has changed the landscape of pro wrestling tremendously, and the credit goes to Triple H. Seeing all the things that we've seen, the now shock factor that we get from pro wrestling. Things like Io Sky winning the world championship, or Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble, or John Cena turning heel, or bringing back CM Punk. The norm in WWE isn't normal anymore. And WWE has done a tremendous job at making me think that this long-term storytelling that they're doing is now going to pay off in the end. So you can make the argument that, oh, the payoff, it takes forever. Some of the shows are boring on the week, whatever the fuck you want to say. No matter what, you're going to tune in and you're going to watch. Because at the end of the day, if you're a pro wrestling fan, you're naturally interested in what WWE is doing. Because let's be real here, WWE is the hot product. They are the product that everybody wants to be around. So we could sit here and we could go on this conversation and we could take it to different places or whatever the case is. But truth of the matter is that Triple H has changed the way that we view pro wrestling forever. Our expectations are now up here. They're no longer down here. They're up here. So give credit where credit is due. Triple H, absolutely outstanding. But guys, my name is Billy TKO. If you guys are new here, definitely be sure to like this video and also be sure to subscribe to the channel. When you guys subscribe, we go to a different stratosphere. I know I'm not in my normal setting. I'm at work currently. So I have a Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Discord, all linked down below for you guys to check out. Definitely be sure to check it out. Come hang out, man. I'll be talking to you guys later. Peace.